You all wake to a gentle sound of wind chimes tinkling in the breeze. You open your eyes. A shaft of sunlight streams through an open window. A breeze blows a silken curtain aside. It carries the scent of lavender. As you look around you, you see there are others in the room with you. A large metal guardian stands next to one of the beds. It is staring at a wolf-sized creature that is staring back at it. And you see that the creature has a trunk-like protuberance on its nose and two large ears, and you can see that it looks like a baby elephant to you. Every now and again, the creature hiccups. And
it's a drunk elephant.
Because I'm going to have fun with hiccuping elephants. You realise you're in a convalescence ward. You search your memory, but you can't remember why or how you got here. Vague moments from your past drift in and out of your memory, but nothing else. So, why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Who are we all seeing?
I don't think Gulliver's played with any of y'all's characters in this one.
How did I get here? You see this like red skin, almost a pinkish red skin tiefling. Oh God, he must be a foot from the grave. He's so old. Real long white beard. He is just, where am I? If you didn't feel the same, you would just think that he's an old crazy guy.
Trish kind of, it's definite utter confusion on her face because this is not what she expected. She is actually in the bed beside the big, huge metal, guardian, who at her movement kind of glances her way and then looks back to the elephant hiccuping. She's just like, where? What? Where am I?
Y'all too loud. Brain hurts.
Yes. Rex will sit up and glance himself over, look around, checks his horns for a moment, nods, kind of pats himself down for what he still has on him, and just kind of goes, whoa, that was crazy. I had a dream. Oh, wait. I still am. Nice, this is weird.
I read that book too.
And he's just like stoked right now. He's just grinning ear to ear, but he's still kind of a little wobbly.
Trish checks under the blankets, checks for her stuff. She's
because they're still there.
Checking, everything is still where it should be. Trying to do an inventory of what's missing.
Yes, she finds that actually you still have the amulet, but you are not in your full armor. You are decent in that they haven't stripped you completely naked and put you in pajamas, but you don't have any of your stuff with you.
She starts looking around the room to see where her stuff just might be.
Okay. It doesn't appear to be in this room.
Stuff mine.
She's looking around, looks down the amulet. Of course you're still there. Looks around.
Magna says, where's my walking stick?
Again, it is not in the room. You can't see it.
Kind of tries to sit up on the bed, and I guess he's a little bit too weak and just falls back down.
Oh.
Gulliver will get up and try to open the door if he can get up.
Yeah, you can stand up certainly, but the door's currently closed. So, I think there's one more creature in the room, is there not?
Yeah, I mean, all you can see from the bed that I am are two large white ears just sticking out from underneath the covers. and just the gentle snoring of the cover just going up and down, but you can't actually see the face.
Okay.
Door too strong. Won't open. Rattles it.
Yeah. Okay, so you hear footsteps outside coming towards you, and you hear a voice, very soft and gentle, male voice, that says, "Ah, they must be awake." And he opens the door, and what you see is a half-elf in beautiful white laundered robes. And he says to you, "Ah, my friends," he says, "good morning. I'm so glad to see that you're all awake. I won't be needing these then." And you see that he's carrying a tray with 6 phials of effervescent red liquid. And he goes over to a table in the corner and he places them down very carefully.
Can
Rex.
I... Oh, go on. I was going to say, the sound of the door opening, can I leap from my bed, because I was feigning it all the time, I wasn't really asleep, and kind of just do a massive jump over his head, because that's what rabbits do, and just get behind him and just be in a kind of like defensive position behind him.
Okay, that's fine. So he sees you jump over his head, obviously, and he turns around and he says, "My dear friend, there is no need to be quite so jumpy."
At that
You
sudden
This
movement, Vorn
this-
takes a defensive stance.
Yeah, okay.
This is some kind of joke. You make the joke about jumpy for the rabbit's feet that I have.
And so the little elephant, she turns around and she looks at Alarion. The elf is called Alarion, and she looks at him and she says, "What is going on in here?" And Alarion says, "Lulu, what are you doing in here?" And he tuts, and she says, "Well, it was nice and calm in here 2 minutes ago, and I was just talking to my big metal friend here, but now everything seems to have turned into chaos."
You can all see the elephant, oui?
Not only see, but hear.
This is good. That is something, I suppose.
While they're all
What?
talking, Rex is going to pop up real quick once he sees the vials. What color are they?
The effervescent red, shimmering.
Red? Oh, awesome.
You said it
He
was
actually says, he's like, "Awesome. I'm glad this place actually has some service either way." And he just grabs one of the vials and just tosses it back.
was it
You hear another cry from the feeble voice saying, "Where am I?"
And
You're in
Alarion,
bed. Oh my god.
Alarion comes over to your bedside, and he thinks twice, and then he goes back and he picks up one of the remaining health potions, as you know that they are health potions, Magna. And he comes over to you and he gives you one of the health potions, and he says, "Here, my dear, take this, and it'll make you feel a little bit better." Are you
Magna obediently takes it
okay?
and drinks.
Good. Okay.
Then says, "Blessings of Mishakal upon you, my son."
And
And kind of pats him on the hand.
Alarion pats you back and says, "And the blessings of Torm to you, my dear." And then he looks at Lulu, who is sitting quietly next to Vaughn, staring up at him and smiling. And Alarion goes, "Lulu, scoot. You know you're not supposed to be in here."
Mhm.
And she humps and
Yeah.
she's like, "Okay, fine." And as she trots away, you see that she's holding a little, or rather she's got a little pouch around her neck. And Alarion shouts after her, or calls after her, "And take the health potions with you." And so she goes up to the table with the remaining health potions. I believe there's probably 4 now. And she scoops them into her little bag with her trunk, and then she kind of just toddles off.
Where are we?
You, my dear, are in the monastery of the companion. The monastery of the companion. You are in the city of light. We call it Elturel in our tongue. It is...
How?
Yep.
How did we get here?
Were you there the other night?
I don't know who any of you are,
Where are my friends?
let alone how I got here.
Yes, my dear, Triss'irria, was it not?
Yes. She's like, I'm like super wearily now.
It's interesting because your large metal companion there walked straight through the city gate and all the way up to the gates of the tower here. With you in his arms, and when we opened the door, he marched straight up the stairs and into this room and laid you gently on the bed, and then he has been standing where you see him ever since.
She just
Did
kind of
he
like
bring me here
gives
too?
Vorn's knee a pat, you know, like reassuring, like kind of thank you kind of thing, but she's still trying to figure out why he would have done that to begin with. Clearly.
Good question. And Rex, you just, I don't know, you kind of stumbled in unannounced and found a bed and, you know, just asked for a kebab and then just fell asleep just like that.
I mean, it's not the first time that's happened, so I just... How far did we walk?
I have no idea how far you walked, but you were in quite a bad state when you came in, let's put it that way.
Must have been a good night.
The name of the city, Elturel, is it something that Magna would have heard about before? The tongue he speaks of, is it celestial by chance?
It is, and yes, you probably have read about it in a book sometime. It's a city that you have all probably heard of, but never actually been in. It's not that far up the river from Baldur's Gate. So those of you who've been in Baldur's Gate will have heard of the city, but never really had much cause to come here until now. That is.
So we're up a river without a paddle. Got it.
Not quite.
Back on the mainland?
Where
How did
am
I remember something about an island, but where? How?
You were?
She looks up at Vorn. I wish you could talk.
And Ilarion says, yes, I wish he could as well. I think we would find out a lot more, especially why exactly your hair was tangled up with large feathers. Very strange. It took us quite a while to get them all out.
There is much going on here. Forgive me, but who are you? And what is your purpose here?
Is your memory still bad, my dear? My name is Ilarion.
What is your
Ilarion Bark?
role? What is your role here? I mean,
I'm a paladin, and I am a healer, and I live here in the tower of the monastery, the tower of the companion, also known as Torm. He is my deity, and Ilarion then puts his hand to his chest, and his sleeve falls down, and you see a beautiful white gauntlet under his chest, and he on his arm, and he looks up and he says, "May the blessings of Torm inspire us all."
and would I, as a paladin as well, would I
air quotes
Recognise.
paladin?
He's
Would
a
you
different kind of
recognise
paladin.
Torm?
Well, him as being genuinely a paladin of Torm.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
okay.
Yes, yes.
I'll see a little bit of relief come into his whole body, and this is good. I believe we can trust this man, but I believe we would all like some answers.
Do you have those feathers still, by chance?
Yes, I believe we do. In fact, I think now that you are all awake, we can probably furnish you with your effects once again. We did have to take them away because you were all really quite injured when you came in, and being covered in armor, we had to remove it in order to help you, and also to keep it all nice and safe as well. And Alarion goes out of the room, and he's going to find your armor.
Is there a window in this
Yes.
room?
No,
She will kind of like shuffle over to look outside because she still thinks this is super weird dream. Maybe.
I don't think you should do that, actually.
Who's the closest to Magna?
Waves a hand dismissively.
No, I think you... Feathers, right? I think you fell out of a tree. And that's why you're here. Because that one got turned into a bunny. And he's really old. And you fell out of a tree.
I don't climb trees.
I know, that's the point. You don't climb trees, and you tried to, and I would stay away from the window.
This is not right. I am.
Yeah, I know. Look at you.
I have always been like this. I am. Of the Fae.
My apologies.
Perhaps you should think before you speak next time. There is much wisdom in thoughtfulness.
Right, said the little bunny man.
Who's the closest to Magna?
You are in the bed next to Gulliver.
Gulliver.
Yeah.
Okay. So Magna turns over the person next to him and says, kind of squints, "Who are you?"
I am Gulliver. Doodle.
What? Speak up, boy.
If I speak too loud, it will hurt your ears.
I can't hear you. Speak up.
He picks him up, holds his ear close to his mouth. I am Gulliver Tootle. If I speak too loud, it might break your ears.
Gulliver.
I'm very big.
Gulliver. Who are you? I don't know any Gullivers.
I don't know you either. Puts him back on the bed.
Okay.
What do we see? What does she see outside the window?
Okay. Well, when you go to the window, you can smell that lovely lavender scent, and what you see is what you thought was just sunlight streaming through the window is actually a celestial sunlight, and it is shining on the entire city, and laid out below you is an absolutely beautiful city. It is the architecture is all ornate with beautiful spires, and there's bells ringing, and it all seems to be made of kind of white marble, and it gleams in this celestial light. It's an absolutely beautiful vista of a city below you.
So is this kind of window the one that can kind of like open so you can look outside kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like so she opens the thing and the light comes in and she notes all the side. Oh yeah, you're loving this, aren't you? Stop laughing. She's looking down at the amulet. What did you do? Oh sure, now you're quiet.
Is this the city that Torm went to in the time of trouble?
Yeah, but there's no one there to tell you that. But yeah.
No, this is just player knowledge, not
Yeah,
Gulliver,
yeah,
sorry.
it is, yeah. Just...
I read too many books. Sorry.
I will approach Triss'irria and Madame, my apologies. I have not formally introduced myself. I am Sir Archibald Cottontail III. It is be my honor to be at your service should you require it in this strange situation we find ourselves in. You feel free to call on me for aid should you require it. I'll do a really florid bow to her.
How tall is he?
2.5 feet.
I'll also kind of turn and glance down at him, even though she's 5'1" herself. And she'll look him over like she's probably not encountered many creatures of such kind. And she'll nod. I thank you. I have Vorn as well, who is quite capable.
Indeed.
Thank you for the offer.
Well, it is the duty of all good rabbits to what is the word? To be a gentle man. I believe that is the term you use here.
Honestly, I'm not overly familiar with such terms here, but thank you.
You are most welcome. And he will go up to the door and just very casually just stand by the door, just keeping an eye on everything that's going on.
Okay, so you can hear Elarion coming back down the corridor. You can hear lots and lots of rattling and clanking and banging, and sounds like he's got more than one person with him. And when he comes back into the room, he's got all of your different effects with him. So Magna, he's got your staff and your robes and everything. And he has everybody's weapons and their armor as well. And you can see that everything has been beautifully polished up. Any dents there were in it have been ironed out, you know what I mean, popped out, and it is all absolutely gleaming and beautiful. And Elarion gives it all back to you, and he says, do you know, Bunny, what was your name? Sorry.
You may call me Sir Cottontail.
Sir Cottontail, yes. Sir Cottontail, my blacksmiths thoroughly enjoyed cleaning your armor for you. They have never seen such a wonderful workmanship on your weapons.
It is a long story, but it is something that has been passed down from my family for generations, and I am the honored to bear it now. But I appreciate the sentiment and the recognition of such fine work.
Mm-hmm. Well, we were very, very impressed, and to be honest, we were impressed with everybody's armor and weaponry. We were quite surprised because most of the people that come through our doors are they're usually quite poor. We get farmers and just citizens from Baldur's Gate come to us as well sometimes from all around, but we rarely have what one of my colleagues called adventurers. I thought that was very funny of him to call people adventurers, but that's what we decided that you were. You were all adventurers, and so it was a pleasure to look after you. And he kind of looks, he crosses his fingers like this, and he sort of says, on that note, we really need these beds. We've got some more sick people coming in, so we're going to have to ask you to leave now you're all better.
Where are my friends?
And Magnus stabilizes himself with a walking stick, and he goes, thank you very much. Blessings of Mishakal on everybody. And he slowly starts walking towards the door.
Okay, and Alarion opens the door for you.
Did you say you made my weapon iron? My weapon steel, not iron.
No, my good sir. No, we fixed everything up as good as we could. None of us are particularly magically inclined that way. We're not craftsmen. However, we did the best that we could.
You said you had the feathers.
Oh, yes, of course I do, my dear. And he kind of plucks them out from a pocket, and then he gives them to you. And there's 3 feathers. And he says to you,
These are sizable feathers.
I'm terribly sorry. We had to destroy the other ones to get them out of your hair, I'm afraid.
No, you said they were tangled in my hair? She kind of takes one of the feathers. These things are fairly large.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right? This is a bigger bird with the tree.
Yeah, right. She lifts a feather that's the size of her arm.
Well...
Big bird.
Yes, well, my dear, they were terribly tangled, and you do have such beautiful long hair. But they were broken into pieces, and these were the only ones that we could salvage. We were going to keep them and send them away to our wizards and see if they could divine anything from them, to see if
yes, actually, yes.
About them.
The only time I've seen feathers this size, I'm pretty sure we killed it.
Wow. Clearly
She looks utterly confused as she's staring at the feather.
My colleagues were right to call you an adventurer then, it seems.
It's a formidable thing, but we dealt with that.
And Gulliver had one for his hat. It is large. You can also see large feathers.
You said there was 3 left?
Yes, there's 3.
Sure. She'll hand him one. And the other one she'll give back so that they can do the divination and find out information from.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Yes. And anything we find out, I will of course send a messenger to find you and tell you.
Thank you.